Hello everybody, good day again. You are having time in a moment where Bushman terrorists. Yes, Bushman the terrorist in his own land, still enslaved by the black man. Black man is a foreigner immigrant in the land of the San people, Khmer people. Yeah, this story have happened for decades of years. Nobody talks about it. Nobody knows about it. That's why you still see the San people in slavery. So we're gonna dig into that. They said we have been bought to speak up for the white man when we are not black people and we are a totally different race. How can we be used by white men to speak up against our own pain? Blacks are not ready to abolish slavery. Blacks still have us here, a silent chain. Blacks still decide nobody must talk about it. It must be hidden. But truth will be revealed. However, struggling as a San person, sitting here with my thoughts, wondering when my people will free. I know in this lifetime they're not gonna see any freedom. They will not be free. But the question is maybe if the world can know and the light can come and world can know that blacks also still own slaves, or should we hide it like blacks are hiding? Yeah, but we are just here to expose it. Maybe blacks are allowed to have slaves, who knows? The world be the judge. Let the world be the judge. Yeah, as a son, as a slave, the oldest inhabitants of the land, but blacks leave us without a land. Blacks leave us poor. We are still in the chain of black men. We are still enslaved by black men. Blacks feel like we deserve to be slaves. Our rightful place is to be slaves. Yeah, that's all that I have, but we'll meet in the other battlefield. Thank you. In the other video I made. So guys, this is just a video about the San people. Oh, something went wrong, so let's start again. Something went wrong. So this is a video about the San people. I don't know if it's just a little bit, not too long. So there is a problem with this video. So guys, I brought this, the other video was not as much as I wanted to play. So I'm going to continue with this one. So we are looking at the San people, the slaves of the black people. Here is a chain. These chains are actually the chain blacks have around us. So these are the chains black people have around us, you know. So these are the chains black people have around us. And those that you see is the San people. But they have been really darkened by black people as they have been invaded with the black infiltration. So they are becoming dark. But that is the San people, as you can see. They are still enslaved by the black people, but the chains are really black, invisible, and you can't see them. And these are the chains black people still have, the natives of the entire Africa. If you can look, these people are the native of entire Africa, but the blacks have left them without a land. So this what I'm trying to expose is the truth about us still being enslaved. It's not nobody bought us, no white man, you know, it is us feeling the pain. It is us which is enslaved by black people. So that's why I just want to show you guys what's going on. That, you know, let me maybe just kind of give you the introduction how the blacks have come. You know, I don't really know, I can't claim where the blacks are coming from, but as shown of things, the entire Africa belongs to those people, but the blacks have successfully left them without a country, and they are still enslaved, and they are still facing enslavement. Oh, I'm looking for my mic here. So that is what the situation is. So the blacks still enslave the natives. They're enslaved. These are the natives, but they are still being enslaved by black people. Yeah, guys, mostly maybe some of the stuff I'm gonna use them manual because there's some videos that I put up, but I can't get them, so I'm gonna use as I was doing sometimes with my tablet, so I can show you some stuff that I'm talking about. So the videos that I uploaded here is not showing through my through the website I'm using right now. So excuse me. So I'm talking about the black people and the San people, and Julius Malema. There was videos that I've downloaded about Julius Malema, so I will just maybe go back again and just there's a video where Julius Malema is telling, you know, where Julius Malema is telling that Jan van Riebeeck came, and Jan van Riebeeck is a gangster, and he stole the land from, apparently according to Julius Malema, from the black people, and that he feels, we need leaders who know firsthand. He feels like the black people, the white people, are the gangsters, and blacks are not gangsters, but blacks also invaded and stole the land, but he don't put the gangster thing on the blacks, but just with the white men. So we're gonna dig into this video where Julius Malema is talking about.
He says the borders must be open. The borders must be opened. Because borders are opened for white people. When there is a white person from Mozambique who can't even speak English, you welcome them. When there is a brother from Mozambique into Nelspruit, you call them names. Yet you don't call white people names. There is no Mozambique here. There is no Swaziland here. There is no Lesotho here. There is no Botswana here. Zambia or Namibia. There is no Zimbabwe. There is Africa, the continent of our ancestors.
You know, Africa is a continent of the sun ancestors, not the black ancestors. It is a continent of the sun ancestors. We don't know where the Arabs and the blacks come from. That is not for sure, because the Arabs is not Africans for sure. I don't know where the blacks have invaded from, but the entire Africa is covered with the San people paintings. So they are and even the researchers claim that they are the oldest people. So, you know, he's talking about the borders must be collapsed and stuff like that, but the blacks are the very border lovers, so that's what they want. There was some people who was walking around Botswana, Namibia before white people even come in there in Africa, or, you know, they were moving around. The blacks are the ones who came and make the borders, and getting their calling and having their ownership of the place. So from the beginning, San people doesn't know ownership. They don't have the sense of ownership. They just live and now they say we were nomadics. That is one thing about the black people. When the history of the white people fit their narrative, they are using that history. But once the history of the blacks, not of the white, does not fit their narrative, that has been discarded. But here we are debunking the nonsense of the black people, what they are standing with, because they are slave masters themselves, that's for sure. So
we were divided. We were divided by the colonizers. What type of a student activist are you? What type of a...
You know, he's talking about the whites are the, his story is mostly about the white people, but the white people are the very ones who have saved the San people. So let me take you back how the blacks have invaded the San people and have stolen the land. Do you know this? Did you look the people from Somalia? I have made a video, many videos about how the blacks have invaded, how the blacks are not evidence that shows in my research with my soul, with my mind, and with my love that I have went through and tried to put pieces together. Many people, many researchers have already claimed that the San people are the oldest human beings. So the blacks have actually left these oldest human beings without the land. That's for sure. So to say that the borders was made by the white men, no, the borders were made by the black men, because the black man is the first one who killed them out, exterminated, set them and conquer. That is what was divide and conquer. Divide and conquer is coming from a black man himself. So there is this a girl in because this thing of Africa, blacks invaded the San people and genocide them. It is decades ago. So many, if you got to do your own research, an open mind, with an open mind, and look for yourself. I'm looking for this. So there is this girl. She is from she's now in America, right? Her name is Ihan Uma. That is her name. So she's now in America, the one who is now teaching the white men what should we do without worrying about Sudan as Somali. She's from Somali. So this girl here, she is from Somalia. So if you look at this girl, you can say that she is a son coming from. You have to look. You must look through. Let me maybe bring a closer picture of her. So you have to look through, and you have to go and look for yourself for her. She is now a woman in Minnesota in America. So what I tell you, how the blacks have invaded these people and painting them black people. So and then so that's what it is. So here it's other story. So it's gonna be a long videos, guys. This is gonna be long video, because these things you cannot really have them over a day or over a night. You have to bring the pieces together. So anything and everything, we have to know this, that we have to know that black people, it's just saying that your ancestors and your elders are slave masters and were slave masters. It's just that's what it says, and it's really fitting. It just said that your ancestors were slaves, and your ancestors. That's what it said. So guys, so actually, and then now this is So here is this is what have happened with the San people. This is what have happened with the San people, where I am so stealing. I'm still stealing this. That is what the blacks have done to them. That is what is happening. That is what is happening. So I'm gonna I'm trying to show you guys the map that has the entire the entire Africa, and then everywhere these people's what do you call it? And then this was just a picture that I found. I don't know, blacks always say no, we are not white people, or we don't say we are white people. They these are things that you can look. I don't know, but this is things that they just to see the difference. Even if there is such a difference, it's just like a Chinese and a this is the black people scale, and this is our scale. Totally different things. What that what the blacks are saying, right? So what the blacks are, okay, let me maybe just use this picture because I was doing editing, but these are the people which has been enslaved by black people.
Agamiku Karuma Havikung, Stetton Kwame Karuma, Hamikuba Yan, the Mawang Jusel Hoa Mutton Gaugato Kuma. I'm Yan, the Bushmen call me Karuma, which means little water, and I'm one of the few that can speak the Bushman language or the Kung language. When I was a small kid, I have two sisters, so I actually went out into the bush with the Bushmen because I didn't want to play with two girls.
I feel there are so many things to learn from ancient cultures. The Bushmen house this beautiful peacefulness and this regard for all the things surrounding them, their own community, visitors such as myself, the land that they live with as opposed to on, and the animals surrounding them.
The other day we went into the bush and they had to take out some of the roots. By taking out some of the roots, they actually gave something back, meaning they took a piece of hair, just giving it back to the tree or to the bush, saying thank you that I could take a piece of you, here's a piece back. The same as also when they go hunting. So when we go and kill the animal, to say thank you in the old traditional way, as soon as the animal is dead, we say thank you and talk to the animal, and then we start eating. As soon as we start eating, we do the oryx dance, saying thank you yet again that the animal gave up the life to help us surviving.
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. There's not a wanting for other things. There is this very strong sense of knowing who they are and being completely satiated with that. And that's what I take home with me.
All right, we are in the middle of the Kalahari Desert. It is scorching hot, it is ice cold, and the people live in harmony in this area. What amazes me the most is they have to take everything out of nature and live from nature. For example, a giraffe. Giraffe is a big, big animal. But the Bushmen's already brought it so far, especially with the bows and arrows, building and making it in such a way that they can hunt the biggest animal that is around, okay? And they've got a tiny bow and a tiny arrow, all right? They go out and they take the giraffe down. I just stand there and I was like, what? That is just amazing.
When I think about being at home with everything that's so busy, there's so many distractions and things to have to do. When you're out here in the bush with these wonderfully ancient people, you feel an absolute presence in the moment, all the time, present with those surrounding you, and not in the least bit trying to find or be seduced by distraction. It's like just being with their children, being with one another, being in the present story of what they're living.
What makes my heart very happy is the baby on my back. To be able to be a mother. What makes me very happy is if I can take my children, go out into the bush, collect the bush roots, the plants, the gra, which is the mangeti, and I can show them how to pick everything up, take it home, and then mash it and make a porridge out of it. And then, of course, learning and teaching my children how to survive in the bush, and then also making sure that my children have food in the belly before they go to bed in the evening.
The thing which can make me very happy is now if the men they go out for hunting and then they kill a meat and they come back to the village, and all because we and the children we were staying with hunger, and then the men will come and then that meat we can share to whole family, and the whole night we can sing and dancing around the fire.
Let's actually try and understand the culture before we judge them. Alright? Go in and see who they are, what they're capable of, how happy they are with what they have. If we can take a small part of that and put it into our culture, we're going to be much happier. I'm a Zulus and I'm proud to be a Zulus.
So the words are, the words is saying they are busy to be exterminated. That is what the words are saying. So guys, then we have...
What force are you? You say, I don't want colonialism. We want decolonization. Yet you are...
But we are colonized by the black people. Some people are enslaved and oppressed and colonized. The terrorism of the black people never ends with them. The black people never end the terrorism. These chains that the black people have around the San people never end. And you know what they are doing is like they try to play the minds of the San people. That's black people are actually the mastermind of brainwashing. They are talking about white men brainwash. White men have never told us anything against the black people. When I grown up, I become an activist for the black people. Because that, as you go at school, it's how they brainwash you. When you go to the university, that's how they brainwash you. So I was never brainwashed by a white man. The black people are the mastermind behind brainwashing the San people. They are telling the San people we are one people. But they don't understand. They say that the colonizers, it is the black people who are the first colonizers of the San people, not the white men. We have to correct that narrative and that lies. And when somebody invades your land and oppress you, as the black people are doing, that's terrorism. It's a terrorist. It's because they are doing terrorism. It's terrorists. It's not just ISIS. It's not just Taliban. These are the same terrorists we are talking about. And these are just a game which has been played very good. They are so much hiding this agenda. They are so much hiding this game that nobody must know about it. So me sitting here, you know, it's just to communicate with the black people. They are the very first people who colonize us and still colonize us and still don't want this story to be told to the world. They still refusing the story to be heard by the. It must stay under the railway, undercover. It must stay a snake which is hidden. That is what they are doing. That is the game. That the black people has always played our elders, always using our elders and say we are one people. That's how the SWAPO started. That's how they use the Namas and the San people. That's how SWAPO used Namas and the ANC did the same for use our people. And after that is what they are doing. This Malema is just the same devil in a different demon. It's the same demon which was occupying Chaka Zulu, and then came to whatever the Zulus killing the San people, and it's just the same demon which is coming into Malema. The same story every time. They just take the other color, other structure or texture or whatever you can call it. They use first it was we all the Indians, everybody come together. They captured these people, and then later on, now Malema, when he see ANC fail people economically, then he's saying they are using the impulse of the people, the way the people are most hurt. That is what they are using, and that where the people, the vulnerable place of the people, that's what they are using. So they are using that place of economy. The Namibia, South Africa is collapsed economy. There is no white black man who is going to build Namibia and South Africa. It was built by white men. No black man is gonna, whether Zimbabwe, no black man is gonna build these countries, because it was, these are the chains of the blacks. These are the invincible chains blacks have on the San people. This is what Malema is. This is what Malema used to say he's striking these chains. He is the one who say they were welcome. But now you were welcome in the country, but you are selling this country out where you were welcome, where you are invaded. Guys, I'm out here.
Supporting colonial borders in Africa. We don't want anything that looks like colonialism. We want to be one thing with our sisters in Tanzania.
And you know what he cannot do is he cannot tell the story that he's telling to the Arabs. Arabs have already taken Egypt, whatever. Arabs, I've been talking to Arabs. They say it's their land. And there's so much evidence, some people here. I mean, these are things that is not made up. These are true things. I have shown you pictures. I have shown you things that says these people were here before everybody else came. These people were here. So all these things, they are taking up this thing, and you know, this is South Africa. You see who is there? The police. These are black people, only black people. And you know, I will go into South Africa and the police and how they are killing the natives of South Africa, calling them the coloureds and whatever. So these are the natives, not black people. This here are the natives, not black people. So guys, this are the natives of South Africa, Namibia, entire Africa, guys. I don't know where, I cannot claim where the blacks have invaded from. I can't do that. I don't know where the blacks have invaded from. So this is a picture, the map of Africa. Maybe, you know, somebody was saying I must do it like that. So this is a map of Africa where all those dots, what you see with the red, is the painting of the sun, because they were all over there. And then since the blacks are so selective, they will say it was a white man who. It's your case that you don't want to study, or you don't want to discover something. These black people are calling the San people, they are poverty, they are stupid, they are stonish. But these very people are the ones who learn, or who already know how to make a firearm. These very people, these ones went on these mountains. These very people went on these mountains and painted, and that's a skill from thinking to the hand. So these very people did that. I don't even think then the white men could read and write then, because these people have, before white men even did that, these people did that. So they were not just given credit. Okay, they did a lot of things. Their medicines are in the pharmacy and stuff like that. So, but so this, guys, this is the paintings of the San people where the Zulus are killing them, and that's painted. And then they will say white people are bringing this, and white people are the ones which is setting us up to think the way that we are thinking. He said, you have forgetting me, the blacks. So guys, so let's go back to the story of Malema, talking about white people borders. White people white people are not the ones who make those borders. The blacks are the very ones with ownership. So guys, I'm gonna go. I have already made a video how a Zulu become a Vambu, how a Vambu become a Zulu. So I'm talking at the side that I am, and that is where is it, Namibia, the wing, this wing. So when Namibia, South Africa, that's where I'm talking about. Okay, so let's go into this. It's a lot of things, and it is okay. So we can maybe listen to Zuma, where he is talking about Jan van Riebeeck. Zuma and Malema they were like this. And then you cannot also, because you cannot just put the whole thing. Malema is not having a trade. How is he getting the life that he's living? He got to explain, because he's not having a trade that he can work of this, and even that parliament money is not so much for what he's getting. You know what I mean? He's not a person, but you guys gonna say, for me, I'm sold out. But how can I be sold out? First of all, I'm not a black person. How can I be sold out? And I'm speaking up for my race, and you are saying I'm sold out. To who and by who? If I'm just sitting here in my place, and this is a revelation that have come to me, and if there is a sold out, then it is God. Because first of all, when this revelation come, who wants to talk against the black man? I sit on my bed and I meditate on this, and then God have opened up this for me. I did not did this. There is no white man is even gonna, because these are things that God have. It's a revelation God have shown me. So you are gonna talk about, and the white have and it's been used by the white people. White people are not there when you are enslaving us of me. They are not there. What I have experienced as a son child, as a true child, white men were not there. They were not there. I experienced, you and me has to talk. Every time you have to look yourself in the mirror and see yourself in the mirror, and you have to, black people, it's time up that you have to also free us, because you are the oldest, all the slave masters, all this rape, all this land stealing. You are the oldest. You are the whole mafias. You are the whole gangsters. You are the whole terrorists. Because if some people were like the so-called terrorists, so the Arabs and stuff like that, the Taliban and stuff like that, it could be a Palestinian and the Israel story right now. But since some people don't have that thing of fighting and whatever, you actually have totally decide. But God is always gonna born a revolutionary. God is always gonna bring up somebody who is gonna talk out. You think that we suffering, we have to be, so our people, they deny me that our identity is being denied by black people. Black people feel like we are not San people. San people were very light-skinned people. And then they are saying, are you white if we are saying we are not black? If the Chinese tell the other Japanese or whatever, I'm not Japanese, does it mean he got to be white or he got to be orange or what? If we say we are not black people, then we have been said, are you a white person? Is it only white and black who exist on earth? You are very narrow-minded, okay? Let's listen to the professor himself.
This was taken when we were celebrating the birthday of the ANC. When the ANC was celebrating 103 years since it was born. I had to give a history of this country, and the history is history. History has chapters, painful chapters, wonderful chapters, but it is history. When I said, when Jan van Riebeeck landed in the Western Cape, our problems began. Is a historic fact.
Okay, so let us just go back there. When Jan van Riebeeck, you know, it's an all straight hiding. Blacks are hiding like the all straight, but the all straight behind is out. Everybody sees. So that's how the situation go there. So he's talking, Zuma is talking about Jan van Riebeeck. Jan van Riebeeck is 1664. So, you know, how before Jan van Riebeeck, the blacks invaded, genocide, or if was it not for that, even if was it not for that Jan van Riebeeck, we could have been slaughtered and we could have never seen the sun again. There could be never a race like us. So for Zuma to come and say Jan van Riebeeck, it's very much insulting. And you know, blacks don't even realize they are mental slave masters. When you deny me my identity, blacks, whites have never denied our identity. We were standing in the classes and they were asking how many of what, how many. We were putting up our hands. They never deny us and say what, because they know that the blacks too came and we become black, we become this color. So you come out and decide we don't have a place in our ancestral land. And then just blaming Jan van Riebeeck. Just blaming Jan van Riebeeck as if Jan van Riebeeck is the only gangsters. You know, Malema called Jan van Riebeeck gangster. So I will go, because this video is gonna be very long, guys. I'm trying to bring the pieces together so you can see this is through the eyes of the enslaved person. And do you know, if they want to kill the person, who they're gonna use? They're gonna use the person self. That is what they are already doing in South Africa, guys. It's a long story. It is very long. What they are doing in South Africa, they are killing the so-called coloreds, and I have a word for these so-called coloreds. As long as you identify yourself as a colored, it is whoever, if your elders did not told you the truth, and nobody has to be blamed. We cannot blame the white man, because in that government of the white people, we are darkish, but we knew we are the sun people. White people have never told us never to be Bushman people, never. So I have a problem when people lie. I don't like people to lie. It is, if you decide to do to your child that, don't blame it on a system. It's also, you have that child of yours and you. So that is what I'm saying. And I'm warning the so-called coloreds, because they are not colored. They are the sun children. And you know, and now the blacks are playing a game. They are playing a game that they accept the Nigerians and everybody, but they are having a problem with these so-called colors, because the so-called colored is not them. You know, as the Malaysians, they are taking let's just get this here around my, so we can just do, can we do this? Like the crown of Jesus Christ. the crown of something, because we are crucified. Okay, so what they are doing is, as long as we got to have this around my it's not just helping around my thing, I got to be having around here, that these are the chains of the black men. What they are doing, let me have it like that. This is a chain of the black men. What they are doing is to the mind enslavement. It's a locked here. What they are doing is they put the so-called colors as and these ones who don't understand, they still identify themselves as colors, and they don't know that's a debt of them, because the blacks is going to use that one to finish them off. And they don't know, because the San people, they have these different, some are like us, some even the Krum people, some of them, they don't even know about me sitting here, they don't even know. So it says it is like a mirror who have broken, and it's split like that. Even the blacks don't even know, the Nigerians I talk with, they don't even know that the blacks are here and they invaded. So Africans themselves also don't know the continent, and they came up as the masters of knowing anything and everything while they don't know anything. So guys, it is bear with me, because I'm trying to bring I'm thinking about one video, but so what the blacks are doing is, there was this black guy who telling the so-called coloreds, you are coloreds, you don't belong here. That's what he's telling them. You are colored, you don't belong here. It's a Nigerian guy. I have him in the other video, one of my videos. I have him. I was looking for it, but for now I think it's on my phone, and this is my tablet. So many times the certain pictures is in there. So he was telling that lady that you don't belong here. That's what he was telling the so-called colored people. So where, just like I was showing you this Zuma, how he was taking Jan van Riebeeck's story and mix it. I will go back to Zuma. So the colored people are being killed now in South Africa, so-called colored. So let's just go back to Zuma. And one thing that blacks don't know is the so-called white people in South Africa and Namibia, and they are not 100% white. Some are 100%, but some are mixed with the Krum, and they are the natives of the South Africa. Nigerians are not natives, but the white people are natives, because not only that they came, and not only then that they with millions years or so-called, the research say they have the DNA. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about now the South African, because the so-called colored people, which was became most of them white people. You know what? You guys go sit down, okay? Go sit down and leave us alone in our ancestral land. The so-called white people are not white. There are some of them which is 100% white, but some of them, because when Jan van Riebeeck came, and not just Jan van Riebeeck, the Portuguese came before Jan van Riebeeck. There were many other people before actually Jan van Riebeeck. So only to blame Jan van Riebeeck, it's a narrative, okay? So there's in Mozambique and a Portuguese, where I could maybe say the Portuguese were the first Europeans who came in the southern part. if you can say, Zimbabwe, they came, they came through different sides. So Mozambique, and then they have this Angola and stuff like that. So the white people are not 100% white people in South Africa. That's why they are the children of the native San people. And now with the Malaysian trade slave, those could be a little, those people, so-called Malaysians, have went into so-called Zulus. They went into so-called colours. So there was no coloured. So this colored is the one which have with the white people. So this is the San people which has been raped by the white people become coloreds. And so that is the situation. And that is how that is coming up. And this Zulus are raping. The Zulus rape. The Zulus are the first ones who rape them. And still rape them, and still the necklaces have not started. Then it was not necklace because there was no tires. But this burning of the sun and killing them and eating them up have not just started with now that they with the ANCs and stuff. It was before that. The Zulus and the whites were friends. English and the Zulus were friends. They were friends. And this Zuma was talking, and let's go back to him, okay?
Now, I always avoid giving the details of the history. Well, it's not necessary.
You see?
When he landed, there were residents here, in this very city, who were established here. The Cohen son.
You know what he's saying, right? What you got to follow Zuma, because as he's going, he's very selective in this Jan van Riebeeck history, and he will say things like the Cohen son they were friends, but he don't bring when it comes to the Zulus, it's talking about they fought. Before they fought, they were friends too. So when the whites came, they did not just start shooting. It was they were whatever they give them, and the Zulus when they came, they never give anything to the sun. They start killing. That's a different story. You got to understand. Whites when they came, they were giving whatever they were giving. They were giving no negotiation and that, because when the whites came, there was already a trade going on. That's why they say Koi in the sun, because there is no Koi in the sun. It is the same. It is one sun race. That's all that it is. People. Some people don't want you to say, but it is this group of people, the sun race, different from black people. And there is no Koi in the sun, as much as we want to make it sound like that. This was the one San person who was a hunter, who was a gatherer. That is it. Before the white people were coming, there was different people coming and trading with the San people at the shore. So that is where these certain San people become traders at the sea with the other people before Jan van Riebeeck even came, because there was always those trading going on at the sea as normal, because many people have passed through there. There was Chinese are also, before the white people, there was Chinese too. There was different people who were passing through the sea, because all the time the sea was used. It's not just now with the import and export, known as the import and export of the world was ongoing, whether it was per feet and whether it was, those ships and stuff like that. So it was ongoing thing. So these Kru people who was found at the sea are the ones who have started the trade with the different people. So and then they got those kettles and stuff, and they settled themselves as those people who was having kettles. There is no difference. Please keep that out of your mind. So but then the English come, and then English are the ones which is the friends with the Zulus, because that's why you see where Chaka Zulu was asking the English people, and that's where Chaka Zulu is killing the English people, where Chaka Zulu is asking them, is my palace also bigger, or is my palace bigger, or is it the English palace bigger? Stuff like that, which we know in the history. So they were having a trade. The Zulus was the master trade with the but that time this side the Zulus have never met first this ones in, they were also having their trade going on. So the Zulus never, they met the Kru people, which they are already, because Zulu is a Vampu from Namibia, as I was telling you guys. It's a Vampu who come, and as he coming from Namibia, he's killing, and he settled himself as a Zulu in Namibia. So I don't know if I will get to all those what do you call it? All those videos where I reason from, where I'm reasoning from. That's all I can say, because it's pieces that I'm putting together, and that pieces is giving me the view that I share with the world through the eyes of a true person, how I see what have happened and what's take place, and the revelation shown in me what it is, and putting the pieces together. I never planned it to do this. It was a revelation that I got to talk for my people. Okay, so here you go.
They were living here, and they welcomed him warmly, and he established himself. They were together.
You see, they were together.
Somewhere, somehow, a tension began.
He don't talk about the Zulus.
And there were wars that were fought. They were removed here forcefully from their area.
Now, you see what I'm saying? They were removed. They were just removed from their area there. That is the narrative they are painting, that those people who was in that corner and them here in this corner, because of the remove by the Jan van Riebeeck, they claim that it's not just Jan van Riebeeck who killed them. There was already Germans. Germans killed them before Jan van Riebeeck. So the Zulu historian is shorting his story, so he can come up as a warrior. That is this chain of the black man. So he has this change around the minds of the San people. We must just believe the black man. We must just believe the black man. That's the situation. That's the situation. So he is now trying to put the so-called the indigenous people of South Africa, the Kru people, as colours, which or whatever question, but he put them there. He don't want them to own the entire South Africa. He's saying they were now brought by the, when they're coming to KwaZulu-Natal, that's where they have been. They have been, what do you call it? They have been chased in. But he don't say that, sorry for the finger. He don't say that him kill them first, and blacks to call us Kalahari desert is our. Blacks are the first one who chased us in the Kalahari, because blacks are the guys. You are the only one who will believe the black people. I don't. Because the picture is so clear in me that they are invaders, they are terrorists, they are killers, they are infiltrators, and they just do that. And any times if we corner them like it's our ancestral land, they say, let Africa was one people, then Malema will come up with Africa was one people. China and what do you call this country? North Korea, their friend, they have just been separated by a river. There is no border either, but everybody knows where it's in. South Korea and North Korea was one people until they fought. So, but China and North Korea, Russia and China, it is so plain. But everybody in this space, everybody has a space. God is just God's divine creation, and He's coming to tell us that we have to take Swahili. Swahili is a vernacular. It's not really a language. It is import of different languages. Tanzania, it's a San language. It's a San country. Guys, let me go to. Let me go, guys. It's so much. Sometimes I wanna like stop talking. You know, there's people here, right? These are the people in the. They are the people in what is the country in Tanzania. But you have to look for yourself. You got to know, when we started to learn about Tanzania, it was the no man's land. And this is that these people, I'm trying to get their faces because now they just, I don't have a nice, I have made many videos about these people, but bear with me, guys, because I may be taking your credit. I'm trying to not to. So these people, it's called Hetza. It's like Hetza, so it's like Hadza. So if you can Google, so these are the oldest people of Tanzania. Oh, and definitely blacks have just these. Okay, maybe we can see here. Guys, don't worry about the color because they become so black. You know, they are pieces. You know, you have to know these things. They are still hunting. They are still dancing around the fire. These are the people of Tanzania. I'm trying to get these good pictures. So they are they are still known as the oldest people. Yeah, maybe you can look here. These people are still using the clicks, and they are in Tanzania. They hunt. When you look through them, you know these are San people. You have to look through to put the pictures together. The what do you call it? The Kenyans. Kenyans, you look at the flag of the Kenyan, it's an arrow and a bow. It is the San people. You know, it is a long story to tell. It's not going to take 2 or 3. It's going to take a lot of time to sit here and to put those pieces together. So let's go back to Tanzania. You see that lady in front? Look at her.
Mama ndio wanaenda kuongea na mzazi wa yule. Mama ndio anafikisha kwa mzazi wake. Unaona? Ndio hivi napoeleweka.
Kau unape kwese shakate kau unape zejeje chese hombo ya mama.
You say they still use the clicks, guys. You know, they still use my ancestors' language in Tanzania. They are still using the clicks. Yeah, guys, yeah. I'm emotional now a little bit, so maybe I must play music to kind of relax. You know, they still using the clicks in Tanzania. There is nobody who clicks besides the San people, besides the Kung people. There is nobody who clicks. And you could hear in this lady. I'm gonna play her back. You have to look their face, you have to look their color. They are still short people. They are still, you know, there was researchers, there was people who research, and they were saying we are not mixed, but it is mixed, because you can't take a DNA from those people and compare it, because it's a long time story. It's a long time. The Zulu story, I don't even think Zulus are 300 years old of 200 years old in South Africa. I don't even think so, because the Zulus are not so old in South Africa. Maybe I don't think they will be over 5. They will not. They will maybe be 3, 4, but over 5, because they have made 200 years. Maybe 3 or 4. They are not old people. They must maybe three generations. If Jan van Riebeeck is a 3rd generation, they must maybe be 4, 5, because they are a little bit older than Jan van Riebeeck, but not that old. You know what I mean? Not that old, because they were Vambus. They are Vambus coming from Namibia. So let me just show you this one here. Arrow and bow. They never stop using that. You see?
Si tumemfundisha sisi tu kanani, tikaenda kupiga ndege, tikaua, tikaleta, bado wadogo, sasa tikaua, tikaleta, sisi nakula.
You see that girl?
By the time you're 5, you can hit quite a lot. And by the time they're 10, they're bringing home a lot of small game meat.
This is not in Tanzania.
Oh! napiga na leta nyumbani.
Look, those women.
Among the Hadza, division of labor is organized along gender lines. The men make the weapons. The women make almost everything else, starting with their dolls.
They've found an old termite mound, and
so I wanna. So guys, this is the lady. She's gonna start talking now.
Oh! So ikionekana napiga na leta nyumbani.
Among the Hadza, division of labor is organized along gender lines.
Sorry,
The men make the weapons. The women make almost everything else, starting with their dolls.
They've found an old termite mound, and young teenage girls here told me that it makes the best mud to create dolls. And it's mostly the teenage girls that know how to do this. And the little ones learn how to make the dolls when they come along on these trips.
Those are Shanghai.
Kwanzia wewe umeongea na yule mtoto, umefanya nini mpaka umeelewana kuona, unakuja unamwambia mama. Mama ndio wanaenda kuongea na mzazi wa yule. Mama ndio anafikisha kwa mzazi wake. Unaona? Ndio hivi napoeleweka.
Kau unape
Listen to a clip.
kau unape zeteje chase hombo we hama. Sai kukwa da etsako se.
You hear kukwa?
Ikanto uku. Akhuditebe ahlemenebe se khakabi se tsa changanya akhuditebe ahlemenebe. Se mata thwena etsako se kukwata se cheta akhwebeta se yeta chiki se ham.
Olana kwenene ono. Sasa nina watoto. Na kijana wa kiume.
So guys, that's how the son has been invaded by black people, and you hear her clicking, you hear how she was using, she's supposed to be a Tanzanian and she's not supposed to be. So whoever click the way, especially, I'm not talking about the Chinese click also, no, that's not that. Blacks always find a way to counteract my truth. Excuse me, but every time, as much, you know, they don't have points. Anytime, every time they have tried to counteract my truth, they come at zero because they have nothing. Their truth is not having nothing. So there is these other ones in these are in Congo, guys. These are things which is very sad. It is very, very, very sad stuff. So the ones in Congo is now again called the pygmies, but they are the ones in Congo, you know. So I will just show you maybe.
Insufficient for them to afford adequate food or health care for their families. Today, Ifumi's burying his nephew.
So I'm looking for, you know, pictures that I cannot just waste your time about the pygmies of Congo.
The Aka pygmies is based on 4.
They still So guys, that is the situation. So yeah, I had. So if you can maybe check the pygmies of Congo and stuff like that, maybe you can get it, because sometimes I put the videos before the time. By the time I come here, it's just a lot of, maybe this one. So they are still hunting. You know, you have to understand these people were invaded by black people, kill out and make black people. So, but many these countries that I'm telling you, these African countries, they are still being known as the indigenous people. They're most, you know, here they are, okay? So let me show you guys. You will not believe me.
Every time they go hunting, people living up around. Just 4 hours from the nearest town takes you back in time to meet people living off the forest.
And you know, black people don't really smoke, right?
Perform a good luck ritual every time they go hunting.
And they still hunting, right? Just look the picture. This is the Congo one.
Along the way.
Look at them. There is no black people which is short like them. They have been changed by black people. They look like black people, but it is San people, which was
a century ago. These are Belgian King Leopold II, who owned the Congo as his personal colony, found something in the forest worth a huge amount of money.
You see, these are people which is not black people.
Some of those who didn't collect enough rubber was forced to.
So these people are people that is pygmies, that then they are the ones who are in Congo. You know, I'm just showing you where I'm coming from and why I'm saying what I'm saying. If Zuma is standing here and saying all problems started when Jan van Riebeeck came, I say come in Afrikaans, when Jan van Riebeeck came. So all problems did not started with Jan van Riebeeck. And then you will not believe me. You will not believe me.
Having and bearing sanctions banning us from Europe.
Mugabe,
we are not Europeans.
Lying.
We have not asked for any inch of Europe, or any square inch of that territory. So, Blair, keep your England and let me keep my Zimbabwe.
You know, this Mugabe has never stand on the world stage and acknowledged that he's an invader. And he stole the San ancestral land. He have never acknowledged that. He have never acknowledged that he's an invader. In Zimbabwe, he said, he was telling Tony Blair, keep your England, I will keep my Zimbabwe. But he is a foreigner in Zimbabwe. After they kill the San people, they kill the white people, and then now the snakes are eating their own children. So this is, you know, this, you know, guys, white people are the ones who have saved the San people. You cannot take that away from them. You can't. Whether the whites have came and also killed them after they realized these are innocent creatures. And you cannot blame all the white people which is killing. Like I cannot blame all the white blacks which have killed the San people. I mustn't blame all of you. But you are the ones who still kill them today. So the whites, even now, these are the South African white people, church people. They are going to Zimbabwe. They're on their way to Zimbabwe. I'm checking my whatever thing. So they are going these are the chains blacks have around my neck, guys. I'm the slave of the blacks. So they are going all the way to, this is the chains blacks I have, and this one here. So these people are going all the way. Let me show you. These are Malemas and the blacks. It's their chain. So this white people are going to Zimbabwe to go save the San people. You got to see how the San are looking in Zimbabwe. That's why I was showing you all the other Sans there. They have become dark, black. You know what I mean? So now, let's see. This is a Zimbabwean San people. These are San people, the white people they went to build for them. These are the forgotten San people in Zimbabwe by Mugabe. Guys, there's things you cannot make them up. These are the San people in Zimbabwe. And blacks in Zimbabwe still kill. How can they not live their life? How can blacks not black people? You know how the churches are being changed by the black people? They're taking all snakes and stuff in the churches and stuff. That's how black people change anything. So there's white people went to build the San people there. If you think that the white people did not save the San people, yeah, my dear, white people did not save the San people. They still save them. While me and you are asleep, they still save them. They still save them, okay? Leave them alone. We are not even allowed to be with the San people. So these are the San people in Zimbabwe. Poverty, because they were told not to hunt, nothing. This is San people in Zimbabwe, still dancing. They become black people. You know, San people become black people. Black people don't allow us our identity. They say we are one people, and then when they put us in them, we become slaves and we have been identified as blacks. That's what they do. They deny us our identity. Can you believe that? The God-given identity, the God-given looks, they deny us our looks. These are the chains of the black mafias. Here are the chains. The black chains are the black mafia's chains, okay? So guys, we're gonna go into Namibia and look to the so these are Himbas, okay? These are Himbas. These are actually people, black people,
are putting on their makeup.
That thing, that redishing, it was a thing some people was using and the black people took over. The clothes that they have on, it is the San people's clothes. They took it. These people are one. It was first Bambus, and then it's a Bambus who have changed into Himbas and Heroros. And that same Bambu is the one who is becoming a Zulu.
Many Himba depend on it. Traditionally, they've depended on it. But for these young ones, it's a different story. Aotearoa wants
So they started to dress like the San people.
Jobs and live a modern life. Our guide took.
So guys, that is what it is. That is what it is. It's a sad story. Sad story that, you know, we have to go back to Suma and Malema. Zulus are Bambus from Namibia. That's why you see in their last name the language that you know, if we can trace back to Angola, what, how can we not trace the Zulus? Zulus are, you know, I can mostly trace the side, the Namibia, the Botswana, and the South Africa. There's the Zimbabwe, and you know, to say who was who, that part, I cannot, if I have to go into, because I haven't really studied. But even in Zimbabwe, if you look at the president's wife, Sisa-san, the judge lady who have gave Innocent the presidency, she is a Bushman. So there is a lot of Bushmen still in Zimbabwe. But the English was too weak towards that land. They are the ones who invaded. So the English and the Angolians were the ones which was very weak, and they have run away and leave the San in the harm's way. That is what have happened. The English was killed actually, and the Angolians, the Portuguese, they run back with all these black people coming in, because they were flooding in like no one's, like water storms. They were storming in. So that's why, you know, the Black Bantu migration, you know, but when you go up, it looks, I don't know, I can't claim from where the blacks have come. I cannot claim. But what I can claim is that they are invaders, immigrants, foreigners, terrorism. That's what I can say. They are infiltrators. But the Portuguese, and otherwise, if the Boers was not here, that if Jan van Riebeeck, I think it's Jan van Riebeeck, if Jan van Riebeeck could not have come, I think it's a divine intervention for Jan van Riebeeck to come. It's a blessing for Jan van Riebeeck. If Jan van Riebeeck could not come, sorry for the San people killed. For I'm not disrespectful to them, which was killed by Jan van Riebeeck. But if Jan van Riebeeck could not have come to the southern tip of Africa, the San people could have been gone. because them are the ones who try to hold the San people. They were friends. There's these ones. They were friends with them, with the English and stuff like that. So guys, that's the whole story. That's the angle of the story. So let's go back to, if we can see, if we can, I'm trying to put pieces together here, how the Zulus are not from South Africa, and they are just the biggest infiltrator immigration of the blacks which have happened, and they have killed. They are the ones today. It's such a disrespectful to tell the San you are from Kalahari, because the blacks are the ones who put them in Kalahari. That's what it is. So be careful what you are talking about Kalahari. You are the ones who put them in Kalahari. So let's go back to Zuma.
My name is Isabella.
Let's go back to Zuma. Zuma is having a story to tell us. What he's doing is, what blacks are actually doing is, they are very selective with the history. What fit their narrative about their history they put in, but other things they remove them. So let's see what he's talking about.
And the wars began because after the population arriving in South Africa grew. It is written down, it's not to me.
I don't know which population he's referring to. Maybe the Jan van Riebeeck group. He don't talk about how the Zulus ended in South Africa. That is what they're not talking about. He's a Vampu from Namibia. Zulu is a Vampu from Namibia.
There were 8 major wars that were fought in the Eastern Cape. I didn't write that. You're not counting other small wars.
Maybe the small wars is when the Zulus was killing the San people. Maybe that one, maybe is a small war. I don't know.
8 major wars. There was a great track from here when there was a quarrel between the Afrikaners and the British.
So
the history of this country.
So what I'm gonna get away from Zuma because he's lying too much. Yes, he does. You know, we cannot even bring him up here because he has to. How can so guys, I have this other video, right? Should I go to Malema? So how Malema wants this African thing to bring Africa, it's very disrespectful to us, the natives. Whether our voices cannot be heard, whether we are minorities. You know, blacks are using the system of the white men that can benefit them. Like saying majority rule. So they are majority. After they kill us, they eat us and have the San as in slavery, in capture as Zulus, and you know, that is what have happened. They captured the San, they captured the San people, and they make them their people, because San never even have ownership about kids and those type of land and those type, so they have make use of that opportunity. They capture the San. That's why you see those faces that you are seeing in the Zulus. Zulu is a Vampu which have come from Namibia into South Africa. And all the things the Zulus have stole, they stole the language, they stole the land, everything, even the Namibians. That's where I was showing you. So the Himbas, that's Zulu. And Zulu, before he became a Zulu, he was a Himba, he was a Vampu. So the Vampus they were first in Angola. From Angola they break down as Himbas, Hereros, Tamaras. Tamaras don't even know that they are coming from the Vampus. They think they are come because they are forgotten. So they go first to South Africa and come back. and then they settled themselves in Namibia. So they don't even know. But the San, everywhere, those people, you got to understand the entire, it was just San people. They rape them, capture them, make them they make the either Zulus, they make them either, that is what it is. That's why you see the so-called Afrikaners are not white people. They are also have raped the San people, but some of them take them in as white people and they started to live as white people. That's what have happened. So for Julius Malema standing there and saying that the Africa must be put together, white men brought these borders and they are sailing their cart. They are naive and they are very disrespectful, and they have us in this chain and they have us in slavery, mental and physical, and that's why they are still killing the San people. So I'll bring you this Chinese boy. He killed. Let me just show you this Chinese.
2012 in a housing
he was a police in America.
What they call a vertical patrol.
He's a Chinese in America. So he killed a black man. But do you know how the Chinese play that game? Let me show you.
Over the firing
He's
of
a guy.
his gun. It happened back in November.
Let me show you.
Official misconduct. Now, all of this hinged around the whys and the hows over the firing of his gun. It happened back in November 2012.
You must know, when Chinese are with the Americans and stuff like that, they are very racist. They stand together with the white. Remember when Floyd, that guy was the Floyd was a white guy, but the other one was an Asian Chinese, and he was telling the white guy, they are instigators and they Chinese hate the black people, but they play the game so good. So the Chinese kill this black guy in America. But do you know how the Chinese are playing their game? So these are the Chinese. These are the Chinese, okay? They go for the parade, what do you call it? Protest. So for that guy who killed the black guy, the Chinese guy who killed the black guy. Guys, I have so much information in myself and pieces that this is the hunting mind of the San people. No black person, a white person, have put me up for these things. Hey? I cannot, it's a chains of the black man around my neck. I can't even, because it's all they have the chains around us. So guys, these are the chains of the blacks. So this Chinese guy killed the black guy in America. But you know how he's playing, how the Chinese are coming out with the thing. Just hold and see.
Against the conviction of Peter Liang. They believe that Peter Liang was made a scapegoat and is being used to set an example following public pressure to prosecute police officers. This comes after several incidents involving white police officers and the deaths of unarmed black men that has prompted.
You know what I mean? It's this black Chinese guy killed the white guy, unarmed black guy. As they are saying, they always do. If you look the pictures, how the black people approach the police in America, you will not believe. They go with they want to fight with the. So this Chinese kill the black men, but where they go, they have this. You know, Martin Luther King, the one which was civil rights activist who was in America, if you know the history of America. So what they do is to go with his bandau, whatever the thing they are calling. They go with this Martin Luther banner. You know, they call that big thing which is having words on. They go with his banner. And penna. So it's a true genius, you know what I mean? They are very genius Chinese. So if you can just follow what I'm trying to give you, so you can see how the blacks are playing us, how the Chinese are playing us. you cannot. And in America, how the blacks are, it's a long story. History of the world is a long, it's not gonna fit in this video. So I'm just bringing you how the Chinese are playing their game. So the Chinese guy who killed the white guy, the black guy, he said he was set up. It's a system of the white man who caused it. He's the police. He is the police. He is a system of the white man. And he's going, the Chinese protesters are going there with the Martin Luther. They kill the black man, but they go with the banner of Martin Luther King in front of. Can you believe them? And these Chinese, they don't have time. They are not interested. White men's apartheid and racism may be in their face, but the Chinese and the black people's racism is in the stomach. That is the dangerous one. Look here.
Public outrage, and they say that this conviction of Peter Liang is unfair and unjust. Now, this rally is one of several of many rallies and demonstrations being held across America. Former NYPD officers,
you see,
but
Martin
this has
Luther.
also been an issue that has divided the community, with some factions saying that the conviction was fair and it came about regardless of race or color. Regardless, everyone here is not having any of that, which is why they've come out in full force to make sure their voices are heard in order to make a difference. Li Ling Tan, CCTV, New York.
So that...
Two Chinese Americans, Li Ling Tang has this report. Being compounded down in Ferguson,
guys, the Chinese people, the police kill. You must police kill the black guy, but this Chinese blame the white people system. You see what I mean? But so, and then they go there with the Martin Luther King is a black man who was fighting for the blacks in America. So this one is going there, and the Chinese, after they kill the black guy, they are going with this Martin Luther in front of the. So that is what I'm telling you. It's a psychological war. It's a mental war. That's what it is. So okay, let's go to that. That's basically about that. Where he says about he wanna have they are claiming that it's a white man's system. So they killed the black man, and they said he was a police. He's saying it's a white man's system. And these people, Chinese, are not oppressed anyway. Yeah, guys, let's I wanted to look for the a Chinese spy in America. So this guy is this guy is a Chinese spy. He was a police in America. You know, he was an American police in New York.
Maurice and Christine, that's right. That officer worked here at the 111th precinct.
Let me just start from the beginning.
China. CBS 2's Kevin Rincon live with the latest.
Maybe I must just start.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Maurice Dubois.
And I'm Christine Johnson. We begin with that breaking story. An officer accused of spying on Tibetans for the Republic of China.
CBS 2's Kevin Rincon live with the latest tonight. Kevin.
Maurice and Christine, that's right. That officer worked here at the 111th precinct in Bayside. It was here he worked with the community affairs team. And this really does read like a TV drama. Officer Badamaje Angwang, a member of that community affairs unit at the NYPD, is accused of of spying for the Chinese government, of trying. The FBI says he worked alongside 2 officials at the Chinese consulate in New York. Investigators have tapes of their conversations and other communications. Federal prosecutors say Ang Wang also provided intelligence on Tibetans living here in the city and throughout the area in exchange for money. He's also accused of offering those Chinese officials access to senior NYPD personnel. Members of the Tibetan community I spoke with here in Queens say they're not surprised.
Communist China never give a chance to a Tibetan people. This is the idea of a communist China. They have thousands of Tibetans living here in New York and New Jersey, and we never create any problem.
Police Commissioner
the Chinese man is saying he's not surprised either. Am I not surprised? That is what South Africa has. That is Namibia has. The Chinese, they have Chinese in the police. And most of the time, they are not advanced in computers and stuff like that. The Chinese, it's like bringing other person in your drawer. You know what I mean? Drawer. When I say drawer, where your private panties and stuff is, that's where you bring it, and you cannot trust a Chinese. So this was a Chinese which was employed by New York as a police. And that Chinese are, according to what people are talking about, Chinese are very dangerous police when they are the ones actually hunting down the black people in America stuff. Also, the police are not hunting them down, but the Chinese are also very rough. But the Chinese are standing behind the white people. You see how when the Floyd story, when that Chinese was with the Floyd, when he was saying, the guy was saying, I cannot breathe, and that Chinese was saying, he's lying, he can breathe. This is Chinese. But the same Chinese, when he killed the black men, he go and blame it on the white men and says that it's a system of the white men. You understand? There was no white man telling you to kill a black man. That is the Chinese. Those are the China Papa. So, that is the situation. So, guys, that is the mindset also of the black people. That's the mindset. A Zulu becoming a Vambu, become a Zulu and take over the San people and capture them. And these are Lesotho or Sotho or whatever. Lesotho, it's the San people captured by one Vambu and then put in. And then from Zimbabwe, from South Africa, they went through. Some came like that. Some went through to Zimbabwe and stuff like that. When that war, they ran to Zimbabwe, and that is the whole, and that's why you see they speak that language in Zimbabwe, which is spoken in South Africa. So Zulu is a Vambu, which is Jan van Riebeeck is 300 years plus. So Zulu must just be like, excuse me, maybe 5 to 600, maybe 5. I will put it under five fingers. So because you can see the strength of the sun. But otherwise, if he was longer there, he could have already also found this as San people here near the coast, and he have never found them there. He just killed these ones here in the where he was coming, but he didn't found the other ones who was found by Jan van Riebeeck. And that is, so this Malema is coming and very disrespectfully. He is coming disrespectful and feel like the land must be given. And that's look here. The whole Africa is a black. This is a sign of the black people.
We need leaders who know firsthand.
So he feels like the whole Africa is red, black and black and green, and we are not included in the black Malema. He will say, yeah, you are Africans. Before we are so-called, we are not even Africans, because African so-called, it was a name given by the Arabs. So Arabs feel it's their land too. The Arabs are the first one also killing the San people. So we must just blame the white people. Yeah, guys, it's just white people who is the devil. Even if the blacks have killed the San people, they remain the angels. They remain just super. Even now, they are stealing their lands, killing them, and all kind of things. They still remain. They are killing them, shooting them from helicopters in Botswana. They
in DRC, in Sudan, with our sisters in Tanzania, in Nigeria, in Egypt, in DRC, in Sudan, in South Sudan, everywhere else in Africa. We don't want passport, we don't want visa, we must move free of charge.
The thing is, what he's doing is he has already automatic cancel us out. And that is one narrative that he cannot go and push with the Arabs. That's not what he can do. And he was for, what is this guy, Gaddafi, and you know, this one from what is it, Cuba. That Cuba guy, Fidel Castro put his Raul, his brother, after he have retired. You know what I mean? So there's nobody, everybody has blood on their hands. So he's talking about Ethiopians. Ethiopians are San people, which was also captured by those Arabs, whatever, and they, or Indians, they become, or Indians, and they become those. But it is San people. Even if you look at Ethiopians, Ethiopians are San people. You cannot take this picture out from each side and try to, it is one picture, and keep the picture intact. That's what I'm trying to say.
The borders must be collapsed. We are one thing. This continent is one. I am a Zimbabwean. I am a Nigerian. I am a Tanzanian, because African brothers.
I don't know whether he's neutralized that story that they are saying he's from Zimbabwe. So he's saying, you know, he is playing a game. So he is trying to send a story. So when he bullied there's a video, he said that they were welcomed by the San people, but the people who have welcomed you, and these people doesn't look like Nigerians, and these people were killed, and you blacks have lived these people in their continent without a land, and you still feel that, you understand what I mean? And then the white people who rescue this the San people, that is now having the blame. If was it not for the white people, you will never see a San person again. I'm telling you, it is true. Because if the blacks, whites have also killed them, but they are after they kill them, they rescue them from themselves and from the blacks. Yeah, guys, I will not continue further. I will leave this here, and we're gonna close it with. So we'll just say bye to you for tuning in, and I will say, please guys, subscribe to my channel and ring that bell notification, and then I will say please subscribe, and then bye guys, until next time, and thank you, and then please share this video, and that's what it is. Share the video, guys, and share the video, and then goodbye. And it's a very, 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 very sad story. So sad that Malema decide that they have to blacks enslave us, you know. So sad, you know, guys. It is very, very sad story, but they don't want the world to know and stuff like that. So yeah, our people are still enslaved by black people, and that's the end of the story, guys. And maybe until before we go, maybe we can just close it off. Yeah, guys, before I close off, I wanted to talk about how the blacks are killing this colored people, so-called colored. They have been already killing the San people, and they actually, I will maybe make a video and maybe make a video alone where this is a so-called, you know, they have a reward for that, and the blacks are every day killing the San people. Every day. and the blacks are killing the San people, white people, but those are never been found. You know, there is a silent war going on. The San and the Bushmen and the so-called coloreds, which is the natives, must just go die. They must disappear. Once our people do something, they must be found. Our people are put in the prison. The natives are put in a prison. Natives are killed. They just kill a Down syndrome, you know, a mentally challenged child. That's what they kill in South Africa. When that, maybe I need to make a video differently, because this is when that child was killed in South Africa, the police was there. Police was let me just show you what the police was doing when that child, this is the police in South Africa. I don't know how the, so let me see. So when that child was, I don't know why this thing is not playing. I have this video here, but it's not. I don't know why this video is not playing. Maybe I will do another video about how the blacks are oppressing the. These are the black people who have came and invaded us. So maybe, you know, before they are the ones who came and kill us like that. But I might let me see if I can find that video of the blacks are. I don't know why it is not having sound. Let me see if I can find the video in South Africa where the blacks. Okay guys, for some reason that video is not playing. I don't know if I can show you here on my let me show you what the blacks are doing in South Africa, killing the natives. And what they are very clever, right? They don't want to acknowledge the so-called coloreds, as they want to keep the colored word. Even the so-called apartheid, black white people cancel out the colored word. But what the blacks are doing, they want to keep the colored word going on. That's what they want to do. They want to keep the colored word going on. In that way, they can still enslave the San people. So let me see if I can get those videos. Maybe I save them here. So that's what they are doing, killing the San people in South Africa. And black people, they deny the so-called colored people, the Khum people in South Africa. How can you deny the people their identity? These people are not just out to play games. They are not out to play politics. These are the people, they are start. Don't you know, black people, when you know, can you say that man, that grandfather in the middle, this old man, does he look like a white man? If he's a San man, can you not see how cold, short he is? What? Denying the San people. They are white people. Apparently, you know, the black people, they don't know the history. They don't know. How can black people are denying the San people? They are denying the San people. No, you are not San. You are not San. That's what they are saying. You know, black people, I'm still a Kafir. They don't want to be called Kafirs. So many white people are being imprisoned by the black people. the black people you are an unknown terrorist. That's what they say. You are an unknown terrorist. Black people, they don't even realize that what they are doing. Your ancestors enslaved us. That's what that says. And if the day of, look here, look. That's what the blacks are doing to the sun. Still, look there. Look there. I'm so stealing this. It's their land was stolen like that. And now, if I can tell you, let me show you pictures. These are the Vambus in Namibia. They are the ones who have the minorities in the chain. They are the ones. And then you have again where's that pictures? Maybe I can go back here. Then you got again the Zulus here in South Africa. Guys, these things are so funny. It's not a joke. It is not a joke. We are in trouble. We are in big. This black man encourages killing of the colored people. These are the natives of South Africa here. Nobody else. Nobody else. People are saying reverse apartheid and things about black people. Black people had their own, black people have their own apartheid. Black people have their own racism before even the white men, So this here, this is the Namibians, not Namibians. This is where the Zulus are coming from. These are the Vambus, which was called the Vambus. They stole Namibia. Those are the Vambus, which was who stole Namibia. They also don't know Namibia. As they are coming back, this is the one who becomes Zulu. So Namibia and South Africa is controlled by two brothers. So Namibia and South Africa is in a lockdown of two brotherhood. That is what it is. Before the black people came, that's the mindset. Yeah, only them know their story. Now our people are in, the Zulu and the Vambu are the ones who control. So two brothers are controlling the two countries. So Vambus come, Zulus, Vambu is the one who become a Zulu. So that's why you see in them, all of them have the same tricks. All of them have the same trick, but they will tell me it's not true. They deny. They think, they say no. We are not the same. We are not the same. We are not coming together. No. They are two brothers. Before they came, These are blacks coming. Before they do this, all this. But when they came in South Africa, they wasn't having cars and stuff like that. So that's what it is. So I was trying to show you the police and the Zulus, the black police in South Africa. So what they are doing is to enslave they enslave the San people. That's what it is. San will not survive. There's black. They won't, because now they bring in Nigerians. We are slave. Okay, they bring in Nigerians. They bring in their brotherhood, and this is what it is. You are a terrorist. You are a terrorist. That is what that is. So the San is not gonna survive. they will not survive anymore. This black, they will make them black people. You know, I will make a video about this boy, maybe when I get a chance, because he's talking about how Namibia is. So this is what is happening, guys. Some people will not survive anymore. That's what it is. So that is these are black people.
Williams gedenk. Hy het TV gekyk toe 'n koel hom in die kop getref het tydens verzet optrede verlede maand.
Die noue vissersgemeenskap van Lynwil het vandag bymekaar gekom vir Leeu se begrafnis.
That's how the blacks are killing. Blacks think the white. And then one thing, why the San people is not, San people don't know they are enslaved, and the so-called colored people don't also know these black people, and that's why they will remain slaves, and they will be vanished by black people. They will be vanished because black people are using people like they are also using people like Oma Katrina, and Katrina is saying there's maybe just the people that she saw around her area. She think that there's just 7 San people live with this speaking Kru has been spoken here in so entire Africa, not still spoken by the Kru people. So that is the story, guys. That's all I can tell you. So that is the situation that the San people go through daily basis. It's a normality for guys. If was it not for the white, now they're gonna be vanished. They're gonna be vanished now. It's giving them $5, sleep with them, sleep with some girls, boys. You know what I mean? It is, they are in trouble. You got to pray for the San people because they are in trouble. They are in trouble. That's for sure. That is what is happening. And be beaten, you know, beaten by black people. This is how the blacks are beating them. That is how the blacks are beating them. It's the black bosses, you know, and that's how it is. And the ones which were saving them, the white people, this is now in Namibia how they are struggling. This is some children. Things.
Okay.
The police are Vambus. The police are Zulus. It's South Africa and Namibia, 2 brothers. So our people, Bushmen are suffering. They are in danger, very, very big danger. People, you don't just know. You just don't know. This is the son child which was killed, and you know they don't want to acknowledge, guys. This here are the black masters, black slave master. The police, these are the black slave masters. Here, South Africa, in Namibia, 2 brothers have us in this chain. And the system is in the black man's hands. That's why we remain in this chain. We remain in the chain.
people that are squatting on this land. We as ratepayers are saying enough is enough. We've been out here since 10 o'clock.
Who's gonna let the people do the talking for most of this time? Sir, you were one of the people that were expressing their
it's like people are when people are saying it's a reverse apartheid. No, it's not the reverse apartheid. Black people are the first one who killed and genocide and enslaved. Black apartheid is apartheid which was never spoken of. Black people's apartheid it's an ongoing apartheid. Don't even think, when people say, people are so naive, they don't know the truth, and they will say it's a reverse apartheid, like the apartheid was just with the black people. Apartheid was before the white man's apartheid. Black people enslavement was before the white man's enslavement. What is that we don't understand? What is it that I have to explain you? What is it that I have to explain you? So guys, and until next time, guys, all I can say is until next time. Smiley. So guys, that is what is happening. It's that blacks are slave master of their own. The blacks will never teach slavery by white men. Don't you know about the trade market? The slave trade is still going on. Libya and Liberia, it's still going on. Black trade is still going on. So what is there that you don't understand? Black trade is still ongoing thing. White people never brought slavery for the black people to learn from. They had their own slavery. That's what the blacks have had all this time. So it has nothing to do with no whites have done this and whites have done this. No. He's his own slave master too. Blacks are his own slave master too. Blacks are his own slave master, people. So don't forget that. Don't think that blacks don't have this thing. They are their own slave masters. I wanted to play this music, but so blacks are their own slave master. Nobody teaches them. Okay, bye guys. Until next time, bye bye. Thank you for watching. Share this video and see you in the next reasoning, where I reason my information through my thought, my heart, my soul, and my mind, through the eyes of the Sun people. These are the chains of the black men, black slave masters. And it is a black unversable chains and unversable. Everything is unversable, guys. This is the chain. I can't even take out the chain now. This is the chain black on our minds and on. That's the black slave masters. And they going to buy our people and play the people which is maybe standing up. Our brothers, the Sun, so-called colored brothers are the ones, but they don't also know the black people, and the blacks are playing them, and the blacks tell the world it's our land, and that's why we are speaking up, so the world can be the judge himself. These are the chains of the black men, nobody else. Okay guys, thank you, bye.